Hi, and welcome to an Integrated Mindfulness meditation session. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to move right in without much of a preamble this time. So just finding your way to a posture that will support you in being both alert and at ease, whether the eyes are closed or open. Just a reminder, having your eyes open is perfectly legitimate, as they say. And taking a moment just as we kind of check in with the intention for meditating. So remembering that you put aside this time deliberately. And as you're doing that, just listen to, or give space to listen to the parts of you that maybe have a different agenda right now. So rather than trying to shove those into the dark, at least giving those other parts of you that have an agenda other than meditating to fix or do something or improve it or worry about something, to notice those inclinations of the mind so that you're fully able to support those inclinations in knowing that they can come back later and that they can actually just take off the next few minutes. So reminding yourself and settling in with this intention for this practice period. And maybe checking in with the body as a whole, this energetic sense, feeling the movement of the breath, and maybe the more subtle microscopic movement, this sense of aliveness throughout the body. Not suggesting you need to try to do something here. Just sensing into the body the way it is. Perhaps noticing whatever this sense of being alive is that's always with us, and so can kind of pass it by on the way to noticing maybe more exotic or strong sensations. So the sense of being alive may not be as strong. And so part of our approach with this integrated mindfulness is to be approaching our meditation from a position of being connected with and recognizing this broader, expansive awareness that we are, rather than just the sort of concentrated sense of me inside my head meditating. So encouraging this awareness of the entire body, especially just this perhaps vibratory sense of aliveness is very close to this more spacious awareness. So it might be a good handhold or accessible point for you. Aware of this body, alive, this sense of being alive, body, mind, and heart right now. And then so the invitation is to take another step, to do it now and periodically throughout this meditation, whenever you find you've kind of shrunken back, so to speak, to maybe the small me inside. So right now, aware of being alive, this entire body with subtle and gross movements. And so without feeling that you need to do any intermediate steps or try or apply effort, just see if it's possible to just follow the next instruction, recognizing that you already know how to do it without any effort. So you're aware right now of this aliveness of the body, and now also aware of this aliveness in the space all around the body and within the body. Erasing that body boundary that's really just a thought anyway in your conscious awareness. Sensing this aliveness around you, within you, above, behind, below. And then when you notice that some particular strong thoughts have come up and have drawn attention, and so you're involved in thinking, remembering the next thing that happens is the arrival of this sense of me doing meditation, and that I need to kind of fix it or get back to where I was. And so with this practice, noticing, here it is again. Here's that sense of me, the meditator, doing the meditation. Realizing that that is not you. It really is just a familiar set of sensations and thoughts, or even emotions. Might be tiny sensations. Not a problem. Just knowing that that is actually an object you can be aware of. And relaxing once again into the whole body. We're going right away to relaxing into this knowing of this alive, spacious awareness all around the body and within. So I'm just going to mention that cycle again. At some point, we get involved in thinking, the attention gets pulled in, not a problem. And then at some point we wake up from that, and almost right away, the sense of me doing the meditation gets created. And so we can be aware that that's what just happened, sense of me doing the meditation, and essentially releasing or letting go from that a little bit, noticing that behind that sense of me, around that sense of me, beneath, below, all the way through is this sense of aliveness that we might first notice where the body is, but then quickly just step even broader, aware of this aliveness around and within me. And so just a little reminder to notice where you are in that cycle right now. Or you're perhaps just in the part where the attention is pulled into thinking, almost like being in some sort of trance, being somewhere else, sometime else. And then waking up from that as the sense of me, the meditator, shows up. And we can get stuck there, trying to get back perhaps to a better part of the meditation, which is totally, in many ways, forgetting ourselves, that sense of me trying to make the meditation better, forgetting our greater selves. And so our practice is really just to notice, there it is. There's the me, the meditator, trying to figure out how to get back to that spacious awareness, perhaps. And so finding that movement of the mind, which is recognizing that kind of forward doing momentum is the wrong muscle, so to speak, and just releasing, relaxing, opening again, perhaps first to this aliveness in the body. Or you may find you could even skip that step and just go to this aliveness that's all around you and within you. And then if that sense of connection, that awareness that knows itself, this spacious and pervading awareness, there's an opportunity to just perhaps be a little bit on the lookout for what that awareness is like. So it's not a neutral nothing. It's quite different than the waves on the surface, the conditioned mind, the me, the meditator, no matter how quiet me, the meditator is. It's still pretty stressful in some ways compared to the spacious awareness. But the spacious awareness is not nothing. We can tune in and perhaps notice the sense of support and compassion. Compassion coming out of non-rejection. This alive, spacious awareness is not picking or choosing. It's allowing whatever's here to be here, coming from a place of wisdom, that knowing that whatever is happening due to whatever causes and conditions preceded it. So resting in this loving, supportive awareness, when there is that recognition, and just knowing where you are in this little cycle that we've just been talking about. Captured by thought, me, the meditator, feeling the aliveness of the body, feeling the aliveness of spacious awareness around and within the body, and knowing spacious awareness as a compassionate, supporting you. And so perhaps just using these 2 minutes to let yourself know that it's completely okay to let go of any intention of doing anything, including meditating. So just present and aware in this relative stillness and silence with whatever is happening in the present. Okay, great. So ending the kind of formal meditation period. So I don't have any quotes from any wise sages today, and I'm thinking it actually might be useful to go back again and talk a little bit about what we just did in that meditation and that kind of model of how your meditation session might go. So the pattern I described, I think, is probably pretty general for what we're trying to do, but you might detect something else, so you can substitute or maybe just be curious yourself about what is my meditation like? Does it have this nature of kind of almost circling back a little bit, beginning with distraction or the attention getting pulled into thinking, and then we wake up from that and do something? So that could be an inquiry rather than something that you're believing because somebody said it. But certainly is my experience, and I think it's helpful to have a little bit of a map or a sense of what's going on. So again, let's start from the point of distraction or the point of the attention getting pulled into thoughts, which we all experience probably more than we'd like in meditation and every other time. But so if in the meditation we have the intention that we just had this time, which was really to be recognizing and connecting with our broader awareness and recognizing that as our true nature. Well, if we start with being distracted, I think that what you're going to notice the next thing is, as we said in the meditation, is the arrival of a sense of me, the meditator, showing up pretty quickly. So quickly, it's hard to catch it being created. But if you think back, it's pretty different. Just a moment before that, the mind state was completely different. Me, the meditator, was not in the house. And it was me, the whatever it was, me, the planning lunch, or me, the rehashing what the terrible thing that happened yesterday, whatever it is. So after we recognize we've been distracted, then me, the meditator, shows up, and it has an agenda to fix things, to do. And in deliberate mindfulness, that is okay. We kind of stay with that to some extent. We use it to now direct our attention to the breath, for example. So with this practice, we're as quickly as possible putting aside that tool of me, the meditator, because it is it's a habit of mind that is obscuring us connecting with and seeing, the kind of the bigger mind, the rest that's here. And so the way we do that is, of course, not to try to get rid of me, the meditator, because paradoxically, that would just be me, the meditator, trying to get rid of me, the meditator, even if it's a better, version of me, the meditator. So what we are looking to do is to just notice it, to get a good, not notice it to get rid of it necessarily, but to recognize, oh, yep, there it is again. And just recognizing that, right away, as soon as we can say, oh, there it is again, the little light bulb should go off that therefore it's not me. I can't possibly notice it if it's me. I can't see my own eyes, right? So we're going to experience ourselves as believing it's me, the meditator. And then at some point, it's almost like we wake up from that. So we woke up from distraction. Then we can wake up from being me, the meditator. Just notice, oh, there it is. There's that sense of I've got to fix things, and it's me that's going to do it. And it's a bit like relaxing, releasing. And so there are lots of we tried different doorways. So the one we were trying today was to just settle in and just let go and just recognize this sense of aliveness throughout the body. So you can substitute other methods, whatever does help you let go of me, the meditator. But the suggestion today was that, just aware of the whole body. So we're not so much zeroing in on a gross feeling like the rising and falling of the chest. You may have noticed maybe with doing the body scan or something like that, when you finish the body scan, there's perhaps a tingly sense of this aliveness. So it's kind of that. So switching to this alive sense, and that can be a springboard to just recognize, okay, wait a minute, that it actually isn't limited to my body. There's this alive sense all around me, because everything I'm experiencing actually is in my conscious awareness. It's actually not out there. It's in here. It's the only way we experience anything. So we can open to this more spacious awareness. So it's almost like relaxing again. So that waking up is also relaxing. So aware of the body, then aware of this whole spacious awareness, which includes and pervades the body. And then if we're connected to that long enough, just kind of like having an ear open, so to speak, for the qualities of that spacious awareness. It certainly doesn't have characteristics like sensations of the breath. It's not an object, but it's not nothing either. So sometimes described as having capacity, which is kind of interesting. So one way to recognize the spacious awareness is it's what's there before we do anything. It's what's there before anything happens. So sometimes described as capacity. But I think we can also just kind of tune into that sense of support, which is also this non-rejection. And that non-rejection is unconditional love. So not trying to make anything happen, but also not trying to skate past something that if we notice it can become more prevalent over time. So when we're connecting with that spacious awareness, then if it's lasting long enough, like longer than 3 seconds maybe, we may be able to tune into the supportive, compassionate nature. And then at some point, we're going to find ourselves, most likely, back in distraction. And then so we have the opportunity either to go stepwise, like I just described, or perhaps we were able to go directly to this spacious awareness. So I hope some of that is useful for you in contemplating. I'm sure it will be, even if it seems like it's completely wrong and your experience is something different. It'll get you to maybe think a little bit or look a little bit more differently at the experience of you, whether it's meditation or every day. Okay, well, thank you again and happy practicing. See you soon.